Hi, good day. I am Rochelle J.C. Jesus from BSED 2F, and I chose James Rest to discuss his four-component model of ethical decision making. But before that, let us know first who was James Rest. So James Rest was an American psychologist. He specialized moral psychology and development. He was also a professor in the Department of Educational Psychology at the University of Minnesota from 1970 until his retirement in 1994. He was passed away in 1999 due to a degenerative genetic disorder. So he was 50 years old when he died. So he was best known for his work on the measurement of moral judgment and his significant contribution to moral theory. So isa nga dito yung ginawa niya, yung four-component model ng ethical decision making. And now let's move forward on the rest theory. So, James developed a theoretical framework or model to understand the process of ethical decision making that includes moral sensitivity, moral judgment, moral motivation, and moral character. According to him, without these four psychological processes, a person cannot be morally mature or having no moral or ethical thinking or behavior. So these four stages has significant to the life of people because it allows them to recognize issue or address a problem properly, make correct and intelligent judgment, to have the motivation to take action, and the character to maintain good morality throughout their lives. So before we discuss one by one the four stages, let us know first what is ethical decision making. So what do we mean by ethical? So ethical or ethics is a set of rules that are based on the standard of right and wrong that influences what a person should do, usually with the aim to benefit society, ensure fairness, and protect the rights of different individuals. So ethical decision making, it is the process of making a choice that based on the code of ethics rules, principles, or guidelines. Or we can say it is the process of making a best or right or good decision or a choice that results good outcome and no one is getting harmed. So it is important to arrive at ethical decision that will benefit the people involved, not only you yourself. So if you're facing a difficult choice or ethical dilemmas when we call and asking yourself what you should do, so you should make a decision that is considered with ethical manner. So in other words, we need ethical decision making to resolve it. So and it helps to determine or to analyze the right course of an action or the right thing to do. So, for example, if the cashier at the grocery stores give me too much change or sobra yung sinuklik sa akin. So, tatanungin ko sa sarili ko kung if I keep the change, what harm is caused? If I keep it, is any good created? So perhaps the good created is that I will be able to pay back my friend whom I owe money to. So we can say that in this time I don't have enough money to pay back her. So So, ang gagawin ko, yung sobrang sukli na sa akin, yun na lang yung ipamabait ko sa kaibigan ko. But the harm would be that the cashier could lose his job. So, in this situation, I'm going to choose to perceive and eliminate unethical options and select the best ethical alternative. So, what should I do? I will return it, but I will not be able to pay my friends whom I owe money. Or I will keep it, but the cashier will lose his job. So, of course, the decision I will make is I will return it because it is the essence of ethical decision making. I need to consider the ethics principle, which is doing the right thing, and also no one should be harmed by the decision I made. So to know more and to more understand this topic, so now let's move forward to the highlights of this topic that I choose, which is the four component models that was developed by James Rest. So these are moral sensitivity, moral judgment, moral motivation, and moral character. So let's begin first with moral sensitivity. So in this part, it is also called as moral awareness. So it refers to the ability to recognize or identify moral issues in a particular situations by being aware on how our behavior or action affects other people. So here, hindi ka lang nakafocus sa sarili mong kapakanan. Or, so you should see things or understand a situation from the perspective or point of view of other people. And also, you should be sensitive sa feeling or reaction ng ibang tao na may involved. So, no one is getting harmed. So, di ba example ko kanina. So, yung moral sensitivity doon, kung kapag hindi ko binalik yung sobrang sukli, ay may ibang taong maapektuhan, which is yung cashier. So, yung cashier, mamawalan siya ng trabaho. Kasi kapag tinali or kinompute na yung mga pera, syempre malalaman na kulang yung pinagbentahan nyo or kulang yung pera doon. So, maaari siyang mapagalitan at pag nagkataon, syempre, baka mawala ng trabaho. So, so kapag gagawa tayo ng decision, lagi nating isa sa alang-alang na dapat maging aware tayo dun sa taong maapektuhan nung decision na gagawin natin. So, we should consider that. So, the second component model is moral judgment. So, here, you are making the judgment of what is right and wrong in a particular situation. So, you're going to formulate and assessing a possible solution to that ethical dilemma. So, sa example natin dito, so mag-iisip na tayo or i-analyze natin kung alin ba yung dapat nating gawin or na nararapat nating gawin. So, what should I do? So, I will return it, but I will not be able to pay my friends whom I owe money. Kasi nagipit ako that time, kunwari. And then, I will keep it because I will keep it, but the cashier will lose his job. So dito, mag-judge na tayo kung alin ba yung tama dito. And the third one is moral motivation. So here, yung intention mo ay hindi lamang para sa pansariling kapakanan mo, para ma-achieve mo yung isang bagay, kundi ay gawin mo ito para sa ikakabuti ng bawat isa, or gawin mo to in a moral way. So this is your desire or intention to do what is right for a particular situation. So, sa example natin, kapag namili ka ng desisyon, ay kailangan dapat kung ano yung nararapat at mabuti. So, dito, syempre, para sa ikakabuti ay i-return mo yung sukle kasi in the first place, hindi naman talaga sinadya yun. So, nagkamali lang yung cashier. So, bilang isang mabuting tao, maging honest na lang. So, maging honest ka sa sarili mo. Gumawa ka ng mabuti. Make an ethical manner. So, lastly, the moral character. So, here, to do what is right to the person should have moral values. So, that has the ability to make moral decision. So, for example, a person should have the courage, perseverance, or high esteem to act morally. So, dito kailangan maging mabuti kang isang tao. So, again, moral sensitivity is being aware on how our behavior or action affects other people. While moral judgment is, here you are making the judgment of what is right and wrong in a particular situation. Moral motivation, so this is your desire or intention to do what is right for a certain situation. And lastly, moral character, to do what is right, the person should have moral values that has the ability to make moral decisions. So ethics is very important in decision making. Ethical decision making process help the individual to solve moral issue. Model of ethical decision making is applicable to moral dilemmas. It has a good impact on our society and in individuals. So he was showing them how to be a complete human in his words by following the four components of moral development. Res did his studies for a very long time, even continued after his retirement.